if you're just commenting, comment if you've just seen this for the very first time. I'm curious to know who our first timers are, and if you've actually played the game or this is your very first time to see it.
That's definitely. Zoe Baker. She's still breathing. Call in to HQ.
Did you say Zoe?
Sir, do you live here?
What the hell's wrong with her?
We're here to help. So everything.
What in God's name have you done?
Sir. Whoa. Stop! Stop!
That voice is amazing,
goodness.
Gage.
Zoe. What the hell do they do to you?
So Jack Baker's a punch first, ask questions later type guy.
The guys that played the soldiers are really good too. I was pretty impressed with their auxiliary cast that you never even get to see their face, but man, they delivered.
Listen to me.
Yeah, they got a nice job.
Help.
This that opening scene, an epic scene right here. It was a wonderful time shooting this.
I believe you, boy. Tell me, what kind of help comes in a helicopter gunship?
You don't know what you're talking about. You don't get it.
You think I don't know who you people are? With all these monsters running around here. Tell me, where'd they come from?
It's a lack of faith, a lack of trust.
You don't understand.
Well, I don't understand. You see that girl back there? Look, that there my brother's little girl. My niece, you understand? And around here, family is a righteous cause. And you ain't gonna kill my family.
I love that line, that family is a righteous cause.
And the line is actually, you aiming to kill my family. Aiming to kill. They put ain't gonna kill. Aiming is a southern thing, right?
Yeah,
we say that in the South. So they subtitled it slightly incorrect. It's aiming to kill my family. You aiming to kill my family.
Boy, I feed you two little friends outside.
Okay. There's a cure.
You're lying to me.
I'm not lying. I'm not lying. We were on our way to get her treatment, and you fucked that up when you jumped us. They're probably still waiting for us right now.
Did they capture your face too?
So in that, could you have the ability to pause it, or I don't want to step on something.
Yeah, I can pause. We just got past the opening. So.
Yeah, in that scene right there, imagine having to do that, 10 or 12 times from different angles. They have like 6 or 8 hand cams moving around us for that motion. And what's interesting about the way everything, if they've set it up, if you guys are familiar or not familiar with motion capture, is it's just in this big giant room with cameras every 6 inches and then speakers every 2 feet in a big giant room, like 200 yards, bigger than a football field. It's enormous.
Huh.
And then those are all capturing 360, as well as then they have the 5 hand cams, 5 or 6 guys walking around with like Sonys and Panasonics capturing our reaction like you would a feature film. But then also close-ups for us. They have, and I don't know if you can see what I'm doing right now.
Yeah, we can see.
My screen is frozen. And they have a little apparatus on my head and then a camera facing at mine about 6 inches away from my face. So we can't get too close to someone for a dramatic moment because our little headsets will hit each other.
Right. Yeah, I heard about that. I heard about people. I think Sarah was talking about when her and Katie were in a scene, I think, or someone was with Katie and they locked headsets and actually broke them. So.
Yeah, we actually had that on more than one occasion, and it would pull out the little. Sometimes it would pull out the little plugs that go in there.
Yeah.
That would knock that out. One time it just if it even jars the helmet 1 single centimeter, they have to reset it because everything is absolutely spot on perfect.
Right, calibrated.
Yeah, calibrated. And when in that moment where I was just showing you right there where I grab him and I pull him up, I had to do that without able to use any leverage. So like I'm laying down and I have to lift him up and pull him up. And that guy's kind of a brick house. So he's like, 250 pounds and I have to lift him up kind of with one hand. And we had to do that scene like over and over and over again, probably 6, 8, 10 times in a row. because they're shooting it from all these different angles, and they want to capture every element of it. So as you can see, sometimes, and you guys, as the gameplay can spin around, I think, can't you? And
that
rotate.
Scene, that in the gameplay, normal game, yes. In the cutscenes, it's locked in.
Yeah. Okay. So they gave that versatility when they were shooting it. So it gave us the opportunity of continuing to keep shooting that scene over and over again, and it was just kind of difficult because I had to actually pull them up, and we're not in this attire. We're just in an all black suit. So
right.
There's nothing for me to grab onto. So we had to create this apparatus for me to actually use as leverage to pull him up.
Right.
Just in that little scene alone. So it was very interesting to see kind of how they made that come together. It was a lot of fun to do because that scene was and actually we almost shot this thing sequentially, which you wouldn't normally do.
Right.
So that was our very first scene to shoot, and it was our very first time meeting each other and having to shoot that scene, and here we are, like, about to go blows with each other.
Yeah, it seems like it's a lot of work goes into a 5-minute cutscene. It's insane.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
A lot of hours too.
Oh, several hours. This scene alone was probably 6-8 hours, maybe longer.
Oh, wow.
Probably a couple days, actually.
Man, well, the main game they worked on for 2 years. How long were you filming the DLC for?
We shot this. There was two separate shooting schedules for end of May, late April, end of May, for the actual motion capture and all the action.
Yeah.
And then they brought us back later to re-record in the sound booth all the voice stuff,
right? All
based
the dialogue.
on our own, but it turned into our own ADR at that point, because now we're looking at ourselves doing the motions, and now we're able to kind of amp up or intensify the vocal expressions as a result of what we're seeing on screen, just like you would do in an animated picture.
Now, was it when you're seeing the ADR part? Are you watching the final cut of what you look like as Joe Baker, or are you seeing still the a slightly less animated version?
Yeah, well, that's a great question. My character actually evolved. What I was actually first shown was a total different character than what you ultimately see right now. And as you can see right now, I am not a 60-year-old man with a white hair and beard.
Right.
Far from it, guys, and I don't want to hear any arguments about my age.
Santa Joe, man. Santa Joe.
Yeah. Santa Gage in the house.
That's right. Did they capture your face, or was it another? Because a lot of the other actors, their vocal and their movement was all captured for them, but they pulled a model in as the face model for the actual game. Was it similar with you, or did they use your face in it? Because it looks like you.
Absolutely. No, it's absolutely my face.
Okay, I was like, because he looks like you.
Yeah, 100% from what you see in the motion in this game, from what I've already seen, and I haven't seen everyone play everything, because there's different levels and there's different directions you can go. But so far, what I've seen, it's a 100% me, my face, my voice, my mannerisms, and my action. It's funny. I shared one of the videos with my brother, who's Mr. Attention to Detail. And he was like, that's your hand, right? That's you, that's your hand. Like, he noticed just a little mannerism that I do with my hands that only a brother would know that a brother can do. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I thought that was pretty cool. Hi, guys. Hello, Jack Mania. What's up, guys? If you're chiming in and coming over from the other chat sites, hello. I'm about 10 seconds behind, so if you've already said hi, I'm saying it again, I guess, or I'm saying it beforehand or later. It's like a Back to the Future moment.
Yeah, it's time traveling. All right, let me continue on with the story here.
It's there.
Go for it. Sorry.
I swear.
All right, there is a part here that I noticed earlier when I was testing it out in this little beginning. This is Joe Baker's journal. Can you see it on your side in the video?
Go ahead.
You want to read it off as Joe Baker?
I'd love to. I've seen it. I can't. I'm still 10 seconds behind, so I'll have to wait.
It'll pop up here in a
I'd
minute
love to read it. I would love to do it.
I'll hold it here. Everybody can read it, and then Gage is going to read it as Joe.
Okay, cool. Great idea. There was no gator I saw today. Was out checking out the lines. When I saw I had one, so I pulled it up. Instead, there was some sludge covered God knows what that had huge teeth and claws. He tried to get at me, so I punched the fucker's teeth in before I could. I never thought I'd see my own eyes. Goddamn government doing secret experiments on people and animals. No doubt about it. That explains some helicopters flying about recently.
I think that was it. It says next. All right, let's get out here and see what's going on in the swamps. Outside Joe Baker's house. I like to explore a lot in these games, so I'm going to try and get into it as much as possible and see everything that's around here. See your outhouse. It'll pop up on your
That's what
side.
happens.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's where the molds are made. The moldies come from Joe's outhouse.
Yeah, no. That's after Wolf Brand chili, my friend.
All right.
So this is where you can get some practice in.
Right. There we go. All right. Do you have any experience boxing? Just curious.
I don't, but I am very athletic, so
Okay.
I have the ability to kind of shift on the fly and do, I play baseball, basketball, football, and
Okay.
any one of them. I guess you could go to blows at some point, but I've never actually been in a fight. I'm actually a lover, not a fighter. That would be Gage.
Right. Oh, what happened? Oh, it just knocked the hell out of me.
A dude named Negan asked me to say I love you. I love you, dude. That makes me feel weird.
There you go.
But I guess I do what I can for the fans.
That's right. Showing the
I
love.
love you, a dude named Negan.
I got the grub.
Godchild, what do you think? Yeah, we gotta eat those grub worms.
All right, you moldy motherfucker.
All right, here we go.
I can take
Where's
you
it at?
fuckers with my bare hands.
Joe's a beast, though.
I love the residents of evil. They're my family.
Stick and move here. Stick and move. Eat the centipede.
Joe doesn't just whoop their asses, but he makes a nice gumbo out of them too.
Yeah.
Moldy gumbo.
A dude named Negan wants to know, Gage, what is your favorite line as Joe?
It's probably hard to beat. Ah, motherfucker!
Spirit of the Fox 98 wants to know, Gage, how did you find the voice for Joe? Was it tough or just come natural?
Oh man, that's a really good question. It's actually a culmination of several different experiences I've had over my years. One is my own brother, and my brother's listening. Know this: you're part of the influence. You're part of the voice of my character, my own brother. But I'm from Texas, so we go to Louisiana a lot, and I had an interaction. This is a really good story. I had an interaction with a guy a while ago when a bunch of my fraternity brothers went to New Orleans for our party, our New Year's Eve party, and a flag football tournament that we were in. As I said, I'm an athlete, so and we were all getting tattoos. We all thought it'd be a good idea. Let's go to the tattoo party. We all get our go get our tattoos. That's what you do. You get drunk on Bourbon Street and decide to get tattoos.
Right, that's what we all do in Louisiana.
Yeah, that's what you do. And so I went in there, and there was this guy in there, and he had it was the Sugar Bowl. It was the Florida Gators versus Florida State. And this guy had a big old tattoo on his chest. I could see this big gator coming out of his chest. Notice I say gator. That's how I pronounce it. It's gator. Okay? We'll get there in a second. And I asked him, I go, oh, okay, you got a big gator on your chest. Is that for the Florida Gators? And he goes, that ain't no Florida gator. That's a swamp gator. And that became the voice. And it's just this random guy in a tattoo parlor. And he and I bantered the rest of the time I was there because I just loved his accent. I loved hearing him talk. And I loved, later at one point I asked him, we were just him on about this and that. And I had a couple of adult beverages. And so he said, I go, you know what? You remind me of an uncle of mine. He goes, your uncle ever put his foot up your ass? and we've been friends ever since.
I don't know what that was. It looks like Swamp Thing, though. If you guys remember Swamp Thing from the 90s.
Yeah, of course.
I used to watch that a lot as a kid. He looks like Swamp Thing. He's got bark coming out of his face. Standing in the fire. That's awesome. That's our new nemesis, I guess. Thank you for 25. Oh, that's a gator.
Oh, come on. Not now, gator.
We found our first alligators. I know that was a big thing that we had talked about when 7 came out, was not having a variety in the monsters. And they actually gave us alligators in the swamps. It's something we really wanted.
JJ wants to know, how does it feel to be a part of this universe that is so dear to us and actually be a new character people really like?
Man, that's actually the best question so far. No offense to the previous questions, but I'm actually pretty awe-inspired. I'm very humbled by what I'm seeing, and I'm not a gamer, so I had no reference point at all coming into this. I've never. I mean, the last game I played was probably, you know, some Madden version 1 or something of like a football game or something. Like, I don't play them. I've never have. I don't own a console. But it's really amazing to watch some of the playbacks similar to what we're kind of doing now, and seeing some of the, playthroughs online, and seeing the comments, and people are really appreciating the Joe Baker character, and it's beyond humbling to me because, it's just it's amazing to see it, and it just gives me, it almost makes me speechless, which is difficult to do for me.
Umbrella Corpse wants to know, how did Joe get the beard gauge? Did you used to have one? Did you have to wear one? Did they put it on afterwards?
Yeah, that's so this is what you see when I'm shooting the motion cap, that we call it mocap. When I'm shooting mocap, we have to be clean shaven, because otherwise the screen will pixelate and it won't capture a clear, because they have to see every movement of my face. If it's my cheek flaring, if my nostrils flare, if my eyes so I can't have any extraneous facial hair on my face. So no, I can't have facial hair when shooting. So they put that in afterwards, and almost like, it's not CGI really, I guess, but it's animated.
Right.
They create around me.
Right, the facial hair, the look, the aging, all that stuff to it.
Dead DMC wants to know, was it a shock for you to not be so familiar about the gaming industry, seeing how gamers are made nowadays?
Yes, man. I gotta tell you, witnessing firsthand the technology that goes into it, and like the amount of detail that goes into it, and the amount of time, energy, effort, with respect to the equipment that goes into it. Like, this will give you a kind of a glimpse of the kind of the tediousness, but the reality of kind of the detail. So every day I came in, you mentioned the word collaborate earlier, Ali. I had to do 200 different gestures on my face, and they had to capture them every day, because if my character's having a different mood in that day, they want to capture that real mood in that real moment. So like everything from like a little smirking gesture on out of the corner of my mouth. Right. If my nostrils would snarl, or make a furrow your brow, make it a little bit, a lot, growl a lot. Now do nothing. And the nothing face is one of the hardest faces to make. Try to make a nothing face. It's hard to do nothing on your face.
Just a regular nothing face.
Yeah, nothing face. And like that was a mood. So I had to do 200 of those every single day, and that's the kind of detail that they paid attention to. But to further the question, to further the answer, it's really amazing to see all the outpouring of fandom, followship, those kinds of things. It's really I mean, as a guy that's working hard in the entertainment industry to make a name for himself, it's really exciting to see someone enjoy what I've created. Even at first, no one knew that it was me. No one knew the voice until you contacted me. Basically, really, you've actually given me. This is my very first time to be seen in association with that character. So you've actually given me a face to a voice.
All right, looks like I'm about to fight Swamp Thing here. I like how Joe's answer to everything is his fist. The computer wasn't work, so he started banging on it.
Yeah, exactly. Punch first, ask questions later.
That's right.
Bad little guy.
Dude, I love your banter as you're fighting him. The trash talking you are. Big ass monster, he's just like, not bad, little guy.
Yeah, exactly. That's to me, it's like Rocky taunting Drago.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on.
Bad juju. Alright. Oh, he's talking back too. Look at that. I missed. I threw the spear and missed.
Fuck you!
Oh. Oh shit. Here comes a powerbomb.
That all you got?
Awesome.
Bring it on! Bring it on, motherfucker!
Ow, ow, ow. Shit, he got mad.
Die, motherfucker, die!
Why am I ducking and dodging over here in real life? I don't think I've ever,
That's actually a question I have. When you got cast as Joe, did they want to make you sound similar to Jack at all? Because I do notice a similarity.
Yeah, so in the audition, basically I was given very little information about who anyone was, where, and everything, no matter what. Like, and basically I was auditioning for a guy that hunts gators in Louisiana. That's the character that they gave me. They didn't give me a first and last name at that point. No, I did have a name, and my last name was different. They like to keep everything very, very secret.
Chuck here wants to know, how did you act out those grunting sounds in the studio when Joe is getting grabbed by the molded?
Yeah, it's really quite interesting. Some of the stuff we don't even see on the screen. They just tell us, all right, make this sound, make that sound, and in your own head you have to come up with what that could possibly be, and you don't even know what intensity level you're looking for or whatever. So you end up doing like, it's almost like if you're a singer and you sing the scale, you go oh, right? So for us we'd have to go like, you know what I mean, like all the way up a scale until they get the one they want, and they record all of them so that at any time if they want to change it and use that grunting noise, they can. And so we have to do it over and over and over again and scale it up and scale it down. And then there's also a different way to show giving damage and taking damage. There's two different ways that might sound. Like if you're in a fight, if you're delivering a blow, that's going to sound different than you take the blow. And we had to like know exactly how to do that and to give them what they were looking for without actually having any kind of reference point, because you know we acted out the character, we acted out the action, but the sound was still coming from us, and we had to like recreate that in that moment.
You want it?
Okay, and then he follows up. Did you get any props to work with?
Very limited, especially in these scenes where you see my character on screen. There's a couple of scenes in here, I don't know that we've gotten to them yet, that were very set design type scenes. And then they put us in the environment, and then we have to, you know, emote what it's like to be moving around in that environment and also dealing with the things that we were dealing with.
Chuck's your ass. I may have missed this, but if you thought you were just voice acting for a gator hunter, who do you think Zoe was, or what you were saving her from?
I didn't. So you're referring to the story I told about the audition, and that's all that I had. They were so secretive about everything in this, and all the gaming community is, because they don't want anything to leak out about storylines, plot lines, characters, anything like that to infringe upon what they're trying to create. And they gave me next to nothing, and it was my job to create.
What's up, guys?
What's up, JJ?
I'm on break right now.
Awesome, welcome.
On what?
He's on break from work. He's coming in from break. We're doing good, man.
Oh.
We're doing with our
Allie, I need you to get off this damn dock. You've been on this dock for hours.
I'm trying, damn it.
I need you to move forward.
Damn jumpers.
I just wanted to stop in and say thank you for coming on, Gage. This has been a blast. And you did a really, really good job as Joe Baker. It's not very often that new characters in the Resident Evil franchise are as widely accepted. So great job, man. And Ollie, you're doing fine, man.
Yeah, right.
Keep on keeping on.
I'm getting my ass beat.
JJ, thank you very much for saying what you said. It's humbling to hear. And like I said, I've had no reference point, so any ways that I can kind of, and comments like that make me feel great, because I have no way of knowing, what's come before me or what's out there in a competition kind of a setting or what. So it's great to hear that. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem, man. And that's actually a good thing, having no idea what you're getting into, because the universe is so big and it's got such a loyal fan base that sometimes it's kind of, I don't know, how do I put it? It's sort of, don't want that pressure, I guess. So sometimes it's good just coming in, not knowing what's going on. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, I mean, I can actually help you with the thought. I think what you were also kind of hinting at is that, you know, without having any reference points and coming in, you actually do your own, you come in with your own method. You come in with your own way. You come in with your own delivery, and that's exactly what I did. I mean, truly, guys, I was literally blind with this. And I came up with a voice, and I just kind of ran with it. And, you know, they seemed to like it from the beginning. And that's kind of what spawned everything. And I'll be even more humble here and tell you, I had no idea that I was the main guy. I had no idea.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. That's a good surprise. I
had no idea. Like, I came in and, like, as I started, like, going through the rehearsal process and I started going through the production process, like, oh my God, I'm actually a substantial character in this thing. And then they were like, you're the lead guy, dude. They slapped me in the face. Like, you're the guy. I'm like, what are you talking about?
All that pressure. Yeah.
But no, I had no clue. I had no idea. So I just did what I did, and I had no idea. And then even until the thing finally came out, I mean, I knew that as we shot the number of days that we shot, it started kind of coming into the realization that, oh my gosh, I have a significant role. But I didn't know until it actually came out that I was the main guy in this DLC. I did not know that.
That's really cool, man, and I'm really looking forward to our interview together.
I can't wait. I'm really excited about that for sure, guys. I really want to get into a lot of details here. So hopefully some of you guys that are on the chat right now will stay tuned and.
Yeah, eat it. You son of a bitch. All right, the big one's dead. Oh, he fucking blew up on me too, you ass.
Oh!
This is a great part right here.
Right part.
Don't do it! Don't you touch her! Jack! Let me the fuck out of here! I'm your family! How the fuck can you do this to me?
All the
Let me
cussing.
the fuck out of here, Jack!
I love it.
Oh.
That's not good. Good at all. Drowning.
One of my favorite scenes.
Yeah, that's intense. I like in this game, they gave the actors fair, just go for it, basically, when it comes to cursing.
Yeah, so they, right there in that scene you just saw, in the space, was basically just me laying down on the floor, and around me was just like these PVC pipes with like tennis balls on each of the ends. That's it.
So there wasn't an actual box?
No,
Okay.
we have to pantomime everything. Everything is totally like, yeah. So that was one of the ones that I couldn't talk about yet until you got there. So when you got there, that was a very intense scene because I'm banging on the thing and I'm asking, and then he throws me into the swamp.
All right.
What the hell is this?
This is the Nintendo Power Glove.
One of their fancy
Check
toys.
it out. What the hell is this? One of the fancy toys?
I like it.
Ready for you.
Oh shit, it talks to you. I'm gonna name it
boy.
Karen.
Stakes get ramped up here.
Oh. Whoa.
Charge complete.
All right. Where are you at? Oh, splat.
Damn.
Oh, I love it. I love the music right now too. The music's epic.
Charge.
Yeah, epic music. Again, Hans Zimmer or Anders.
Charging.
What's the Star Wars guy?
Charge complete.
Blanking out right now because I'm focused.
Well, yeah, Williams.
Yeah.
Star Wars or
Oh,
even like
shit.
Avengers superhero type music.
Double shot. He's basically part Iron Man right now.
Charging.
Yeah.
Charge complete.
This thing is awesome. Alright, we are outside, working our way back to the mansion. Or the
Out of my way,
plantation.
fat fuck!
Yep. Another box.
That's what
That's a
favorite
line for
lines.
Christmas.
That's one of my favorite lines. I said, get out of my way!
It's like talking to Santa Claus. Out of my way, that fuck.
I know, almost. It said, how long have you been voice acting and what encouraged you? So the encouragement just comes from the creative process and just wanting to be a part of every element of it that I possibly can. In my world, you know, it pays to have a diverse skill set, you know, to be able to do on-camera acting, both for television and film. Also for the stage, I'm a singer as well, so I know how to project and I know how to do that. But and then obviously for voice, to do commercial narration, to doing voice characters, to doing, you know, like I said, that Bible stuff that we did I mentioned earlier. So
Right.
and then you know, I'm also a host MC. So you want to be able to, have as many skill sets as you possibly can, and you want to bring something of value to the entertainment industry. And as much as I could do that, I want to do that. So, again, like as this continues to unfold, any thought that you guys have to the powers that be, let them know, and I would love to continue doing it. All right, so guys, I'm gonna say goodnight, and I'm gonna say, die, motherfuckers!